Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So, before I get into this, we are in God knows how many days, it's been about 2 weeks now of this whole isolation thing, and it's been difficult. I see Ade has made some videos about it, saying that he's finding it hard. We're all finding it hard over here as well. Right now they've really locked it all down, and it's not easy, it's tricky, it's not fun. There's not a lot I can do. I've been running an awful lot, but that's about it. I can't do anything else. The videos, there's no real boxing news coming out, so it's quite hard to get videos out. A lot of my friends now have been laid off from their jobs, which is not fun for them. Now, obviously the jobs will be there when they get back, but it's tough times all around. It's tough times all around, and I hope all my subs are okay, because I've got nearly 2,000 now, and the people who watch the videos, I appreciate it. So I hope yous are all okay. It's been absolutely just crazy with what's going on, and one person in particular my heart goes out to is one of we're not really friends, but me and her used to work together, and she actually just left at the start of March actually, and went to Canada to see her brother for I think a week, and then to start a new job in the airport, only to be told basically that that's shut down now, so she potentially now has no job. And her dad works in the UK, comes back and forth. They don't live in Dublin, they live in a different part of Ireland. Comes back and forth, from the UK back to Ireland every week, so he's out of a job. So it's tough times all around for them. So definitely big shout out goes to them. I ain't gonna name names, definitely not. So it's tough times. It's real tough times all around. So that's kind of out of the way. It's kind of the self-isolation thing out of the way. Let's get into this video now. Let's get into this topic. So Amir Khan, our old friend Amir Khan, and I reckon this phone's gonna die. It's not my phone actually, it's my iPod. I reckon this is gonna die because I have this on low battery mode and we are at 2%. So I'm gonna try and bring this article up before it dies. But basically it's Amir Khan. I don't want to say he's alluding to the fact that he's suspicious of the gloves Canelo wore in their fight 4 years ago. Alright? 4 years, so he's bringing it up now, 4 years later. But he says here that it's actually, the name of the article is "No Glove Lost." It says Amir Khan reveals Canelo's punches are like being hit with baseball bats due to the world champion's thinly padded gloves. Now he's essentially alluding to the gloves that Canelo Alvarez wore in their fight 4 years ago now, come what may. And for those who don't know, Canelo Alvarez wore Everlast MX gloves in that fight. He's since switched to No Boxing, No Life gloves, but back then he was using Everlast MX gloves quite regularly. Now, why am I talking about this and why is this being brought up? Not necessarily Deontay Wilder, his fans more so were bringing up the fact that Tyson Fury, they were suspicious about his gloves, the gloves that he wore against Deontay Wilder, which was complete bollocks. Because the gloves they were suspicious about were the gloves he wore in the first fight, not the second fight. They were saying all kinds of this and that. I don't even think I made a video about it. It was absolute bollocks. I have done reviews of gloves on this channel. I've done reviews of them Everlast gloves on this channel. I believe that there's a video. It's probably last year, I think it was when I done it. I know my gloves. I know what I'm looking for. I didn't need to talk about it. It was absolute bollocks. Now Amir Khan is not alluding to the fact that Canelo's gloves are necessarily suspicious, but he's saying that basically he felt that there was no pattern in the gloves, it did whatever it did, blah blah blah. Says Canelo since claims, where it says the Bolton hero raced to an early lead against a significantly bigger Canelo Alvarez before being brutally knocked out in the 6th round by devastating right hands, but it since claims Canelo's choice of gloves, the Everlast MX, contributed to the knockout. Hell no, they didn't contribute to the knockout. Canelo could have wore winning gloves, and for those who don't know, winning gloves are noted as being very protective to not just the fighter's hand, but also the fighter. It would have still knocked Amir Khan out cold. He says Khan, who opted to wear a different type of Everlast, he had the Elite Pro Everlasts, which are kind of a bit of a mixture of horsehair and foam. They're not quite as hand protectors, the power locks. So every glove is different. When I fought Canelo, he had Everlast horsehair gloves on. When I put my hand in it, it was like punching through. It was like punching through the wall, I should say. But you're going to damage your hand as well. They were solid. It was like being hit with a baseball bat. The foam padding ones, the shape always stayed the same. With horsehair, it does tend to fade. He's right there. It does tend to fade. I'm going to break a few things down here before I go into this. He also goes on to say in that article that he thinks that fighters should all use the exact same gloves come fight night, which is a complete bollocks. Amir Khan is alluding to the fact that the gloves Canelo Alvarez wore played an impact in him getting knocked out. Bullshit. As I just said, Canelo could have worn winning gloves. He would have still knocked Amir Khan out. The thing you need to remember, there's no such thing as a puncher's glove. If you're a big puncher, you're hitting hard in any gloves. If we look at Deontay Wilder, he doesn't wear Everlast MX. He used to. He doesn't wear them anymore. He hasn't worn them in years. He uses the Power Lock Everlasts, which are the most hand protective of all the Everlasts. They have it in 3 tiers. So the Power Locks would be the ones that would keep your hand the safest. Then you have the Elite Pro, which is kind of in the middle. I would say Elite Pro would be very similar to a Rival glove, a Rival Guerrero glove. They're not necessarily the same. I think the Rival would be a little bit better, but they'd be in around that. And then you have the MX, which is just a pure puncher's glove, which is made of horsehair. You know, he's saying Canelo Alvarez hit like baseball bats with them gloves. Canelo Alvarez is a massive puncher. Amir Khan, if he taught Marcus Maidana and, you know, what's the guy's name, Braden Prescott hit hard, that's nothing compared to what Alvarez can produce. So it made no difference what gloves he wore. And furthermore, if Amir Khan had such an issue, he fought Marcus Maidana. Marcus Maidana had Everlast MX gloves on. No problem. Terence Crawford wears Everlast MX gloves. You know, he put Amir Khan down, but he's not complaining about that. Now, this is Amir Khan. Amir Khan's always been looking for excuses over that loss to Canelo. He was always going to lose that fight. Make no mistake about it. He's made excuses about weight, saying Canelo rehydrated something like 40 pounds, which is absurd. You know, I know these guys rehydrate a lot, but they can't rehydrate that much. He's saying that, you know, he's brought up the drug test, a lot of bullshit he's brought up over the years to try and excuse that Alvarez lost. At the end of the day, he would have lost that fight regardless. That right hand, as I said, if Canelo Alvarez had the winning gloves on, which are very, very, you know, hand-friendly gloves, they're very protective of the fighter that you're hitting as well, it would have made no difference. He would have still got knocked out. It was still the exact same thing would have happened. Literally, exact same thing would have happened. I don't know if Amir Khan is trying to use this. Well, obviously he's using it to try and, you know, soften the blow of that loss. You know, it happened 4 years ago now. But in light of what everyone's been saying about Deontay Wilder, you know, his fans, not to Wilder's credit, he's not said it. It's just been his fans about Fury's gloves. Maybe trying to piggyback off that now. But yeah, he's fought guys in MX Everlasts prior and after. So before and after he fought Canelo, he fought guys in Everlast MX gloves. He had no issues there. He's not bringing that up. So Everlast MX gloves, I wouldn't use them personally because they hurt my hand. I love fly gloves, as you'll see there. I have my fly glove there. I've got 2 pairs of fly gloves. They'd be the glove of my choice if I was ever fighting, because they're actually very comfy. There's not as much padding in it as you think, so it's not gonna restrict you in terms of hitting hard. But for my money, fly best. Never hurt my hand. Definitely with a fly, the wrist is kind of the issue with a fly. You want to tape the wrist up a bit, because I have hurt my wrist, and that's a complaint others have had with flies, that your wrist is a little bit exposed. But other than that, the fly gloves be the best. So a little bit of boxing glove selling in this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe of course if you are new, and as always, I will talk to you. So before I go, I just want to say thank you for dropping by the channel. I really do appreciate it. I mean, all the support, all the things that have happened on this channel over the last year have been incredible. If you're new to the channel, as you'll see on screen there's a couple of like older videos that I have. Some of them aren't really relevant now, to be fair, but some of them are, like my Fighters with a Problem series, stuff like that. If you like any of this, please subscribe, like the video you just watched, share it, do it, all you gotta do. Let's try and keep this channel going, because I love doing this and I love interacting with the fans, and I love hopefully the fans love watching my videos. So thank you for dropping by. I've been G-Man. I will talk to you.